The Plague by Caitlin Fraser, Amy Locke, Brianna Laporta, and Jen Malova. Period 1. Okay, so for our essential question we have, how did the plague help Europe emerge from the Dark Ages? This will be explained throughout this slideshow in multiple slides, so pay attention, you'll be able to answer this question by the end of the PowerPoint. First, we're going to talk about what was the plague. You may have heard this term before, but not known exactly what it is. So, the plague is a very dangerous and contagious disease that struck Europe in the mid-1300s. So, who was affected by the plague? Everyone was affected by it. Europeans, Asians, Mongolians, Jews, monarchy, nobility, and peasants. Next, we'll talk about how the plague spread. First, it was caused by fleas that were carried by rats. Second, it was caused by people living too close in unsanitary conditions. Finally, dead bodies were thrown over the European wall. The plague actually started in Asia before it traveled to Europe. What did the plague mean to its victims? First, they thought they were being punished by God for their sins. And people actually would go as far as whipping themselves with a belt in order to show God they were truly sorry for their sins, hoping He would spare them this terrible disease. Finally, we will talk about the impact the plague had on Europe. It prevented people from growing crops because the disease was killing more and more people, so no one was around to tend to the crops. Because of that, food prices went up 4 times in amount. More guesses. Before we take time to answer the essential question, how did the plague help Europe emerge from the Dark Ages? Take a minute to think about it. What do you think? How did the plague help Europe emerge from the Dark Ages? Finally, for the answer to our essential question, remember, our essential question was, how did the plague help Europe emerge from the Dark Ages? Well, the plague helped Europe emerge from the Dark Ages because it ended feudalism. Think about it. If 1/3 of the population was being killed, there were less and less commoners, so the remaining received much more money from their lords. The lords suffered greatly because they had to give up their money. Here are a few plague fun facts for you. The people would actually lock themselves in their homes to protect themselves from the plague. A vaccine wasn't created for this disease until the 20th century. Thank you for watching, and we hope you have learned a lot about the plague from watching our slideshow.